Glad your meeting. Mr. Miles, I have a question. A lot there to digest about the existing M2 zone that we have. You seem very positive that this size or a larger plant could be built there.
We'll present evidence to that effect.
And I take it you're not the engineer designing this, but I guess in looking at the zone that's there and what's left and the proximity of the residents, and after seeing the audio bars from the open house that Energy presented, I can't imagine a plant this size wouldn't be more objectable. Maybe by a different section of Jessup would be more objectable on the first, the case of noise, and actually in altitude is in their favor where they want the place. So I am very curious as to how you foresee a plant of this size to be developed on those small parcels.
Come to the hearing. I'm just a dumb lawyer. I'm not an engineer.
Second, I mean, you make, and I'm not going to critique it as far as the way it was presented, but everybody will have their own perception that, Energy has a piece of property that could use wind farms. They could develop wind farms. And I'm also having a hard time wrapping my brain around the fact after yesterday's demonstration that anybody would want to see those that are even higher than the stacks they are proposing. So I mean, throw it out there.
They don't emit smoke.
Basically,
I'll take it.
Please, folks, please.
So are you proposing? And I would ask anybody in this audience to say, would you prefer wind farms on this site?
Yes, absolutely.
Were you asking me a question?
Well, I'm opening up to the whole audience. And I have a hard time.
No, you're not.
Let's do it.
Well, to answer your question,
No, you're not.
I did not advocate a wind farm on top of the hill.
The perception
Let
is
me finish. I
didn't
interrupt you. Let me finish. I only pointed out the irony that where they want to build this is zoned for something that they spend most of their time doing. I was not advocating anything.
No, but it's a form of grandstanding. You're throwing it out there to get a perception.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay.
Come on.
You were a great addition.
We appreciate the fact that you're advocating for your clients, and we understand that. And we appreciate your argument.
Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen, okay, how about our engineers? You guys have anything to add? Any other comments or questions, discussion?
I was curious, when we get to the point where there may or may not be a recommendation today, does the board recommend blanket that all of those possibilities go to council? Or do they have to pick out one particular one? Or is that an option?
All of the above, and more. They have the option under the MPC to choose any one of the options proposed. They could mix and match and come up with their own, or throw everything out and do one entirely with whatever they want. That's allowed.
I just was curious.
But again, that's is a process. If you were to get into that, and I do agree with Attorney Miles, that would be more involved, and you would need to gather more facts and evidence. But you're right, they have a lot of options. So they're not, gentlemen, you're not limited strictly to what was presented by the applicant. You can do none, some, all, mixture of all, or your own. So, any other questions, comments? Because we're gonna, if not, we're gonna open it up for public comment. Are you all ready? All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. No, I did not recommend, nor did we have a list. We want everybody, we don't feel it's appropriate to limit you to the list. I do have rules though. Yeah, so you're not limited to any list. Give me a minute, I have papers everywhere, I'm looking for my notes on this. Just bear with me, here somewhere. So here's the rules for comment. First of all, one person at a time, and only one time per meeting. Okay, so you get up, you're done. There is a 5-minute limit, as there has been in past, and there will be no exceptions, unfortunately. We need a lot of people here, I'm sure want to comment, we need to move along. When you get up, you need to the podium, you must come to the podium, you must state your name and address, and you must direct all of your comments to the chair, to the panel, or to myself, to the chair. We are asking that you give comment only. Remember, the Sunshine Law says that you have a right, and we appreciate that right, but it's to comment. This is not necessarily question and answer. We won't entertain that this evening. We have on other occasions, but tonight is comment only, and it's only going to be comment on the curative amendment. We understand there's going to, and I will tell you, I will recommend and allow some flexibility, because, we understand the concerns, and there's some factual issues that will overlap with the proposed project as a whole, with the curative amendment. We got all that. But we really want to try to focus on why we're here, what they're looking to do. We really won't entertain anything way off the charts. So the chairman or myself will have every right to terminate any participant's statement or comment when, in either of our opinion, it's not relevant to the curative amendment issue or is otherwise personally abusive, obscene, or inapplicable. And again, folks, please be courteous. We may not all agree to who gets up and speak, and that's just the process. It's a good process, the best one we have. So let's be respectful. We can always disagree, but let's be respectful. We're all neighbors. We're all friends. Some, most. Okay. Work. Let's hope that remains. Why don't we form a line over there if you want to get in order, or just, we'll be here. So, Mr. Bowles.
Yes, the line forms here, right?
Yeah.
Bob Bowles, I have the property here on Robert Mello Drive, the former sports arena. It's very interesting tonight.
Mr. Bowles, your home address is just what, true?
My home address is 1531 Birch Street, Scranton.
Thank you.
But I have numerous properties throughout the county here. It was informative. Attorney Miles, it was very educational tonight. I think you have a direct course in issues that you have to focus on. To change one place to another. A couple weeks ago, we did a truck accident on the road leading up to where this plant's gonna go. The guy made a wrong turn with a tractor trailer, went on down, got stuck way down in the back. There's an access road coming from the industrial park the other way, where a woman came down the wrong way and spent 5 hours sitting there because she couldn't get out because the truck had her blocked. That road, believe me, is not accessible for any type of heavy truck traffic or heavy equipment going in and out of there. That's first off. Somebody's gonna come down out of the industrial park, they're gonna come down where it tees, and you're gonna have a disaster there. Because they're lost, they're using GPSs. The GPS puts you on different roads even though they're in the same vicinity. But going further back, I drove back and I took a look at that. And I can't see where you can make the change from your M1, your M2, and start making changes to go ahead and accommodate something when it could go somewhere else. I think that's the whole issue we're dealing with here today. What we need to do is collectively pay attention. Sure, we want business in the area, but look at what we're going through to accommodate them. That Mr. Spat putting up a simple, stupid little building that's been had his issues in the past, but hey, the fire cured it, it's over, it's done. The past is the past. Remember that, the present is now, and the future don't belong to anybody, including all of us in this room. But he's gotta now wait. I've had buildings, I've built buildings, and had to wait with planning, the county and all that. You just get to the point and say, to hell with it, and not even do it. And go build them somewhere else, which I've done. You know, to delay him even, I think was wrong. Order the building, get it done, and bring it in. He's a taxpayer. With this plant, they're not paying taxes. They're throwing in minimum money, yet they're a major inconvenience, and they want to build higher stacks. How high are the stacks going? I heard 70 feet, is that what the height is? 200. Okay, as a pilot, when you fly from Lake Henry VOR over the top of the mountain, they become an obstruction. And if they're not put on a current sectional, we as pilots don't know they even exist. And luckily, we may hit the light or be on an IFR approach to a Volca. So that's one of your other concerns you got right now. You're creating a hazard. To allow a plant of this magnitude without the knowledge that we need, the expertise, this is a battle of experts. It's not a battle of attorneys, the board and all. We need educators. Those educators are people from around the nation that know what these plants are, especially something of this magnitude. What we're doing is we're going in here blind. We're shooting in the dark. We're going from one development to another. Once you allow that to happen there, you can stop anybody else in the future. You've set a precedent. You're not going to change. When you walk on thin ice, remember, you can step through the ice and fall into the lake. I understand. Thank you, Rich. I came here tonight because I'm a business owner, and we're looking at possibly doing an expansion to bring in more jobs and creativity down here and do some things that we did. And some of the comments I got, well, your property isn't this, but all around me is every other kind of industry and business. Now, am I gonna spend thousands and thousands of dollars and watch a plant like this come in and take over the whole community, basically, and infringe on people's rights, their privacy, and create a health hazard in a lot of areas by noise? Are they gonna build a barrier around it? Remember, on the interstates, what did the state do? You built the house, you knew the interstate was gonna be there, but what did they do? They came and they built walls. Are they gonna build walls around this, like that sound barrier? But the fact that you got stacks this high, are they gonna come up with other conceptual ideas and modifications that make this adaptable to our environment, not to their environment? And that's the issues I have with it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ernest Lemoncelli. I'm from Chestnut Street in Inman. Concerning this ordinance, there's a couple of things that I'm concerned about. One's noise, because although they're modeling their noise studies, are they going to the other side of the valley to find out what the echo sounds like? I can hear the Blakely Borough, the Blakely Stadium calling the football games at my house tonight. So if this plant is on the mountain and it's a certain decibel, that decibel is going to carry. I don't know that they've addressed that. This last gentleman mentioned the height restrictions. If you relax those, it's a can of worms. Are we going to allow cell towers next, all over the next? I mean, we already have a major visual impairment where they came through with the large power lines. As far as their position, Invenergy's position that they've taken with these ordinances, they're saying that the borough ordinance will prevent their plant, and that's illegal. They say
I don't know. I'll fix it.
Hold on, Ernie. I'm saving your time here. Dominic, you're not taking us in the restroom with you, are you?
I lost my audio, my video, but I can hear everybody very clearly.
And we could see you and hear you perfectly.
But I lost my video. I actually tried moving to see if it, I don't know whose connection it is, because I'm full here.
It's probably good.
Can we let Mr. Limoncelli continue? Are you okay?
Yeah, I can hear everybody perfectly.
Okay,
I heard Mr. Bolus.
just yell out if you have an issue, okay? If you can't hear, give us a yell. I'm
No,
sorry.
I can hear perfectly.
Then please continue, Ernie, I'm sorry.
Okay. Invenergy's taken the position that the borough ordinances which would prevent this plant are illegal. They say the ordinance discriminates against their power generation plant. I don't know if it's a lack of having English as a native language or reading comprehension, but they're confusing discriminate with disqualify. Discriminate is defined as to make distinctions on the basis of class or category without regard to individual merit. Disqualify is to declare ineligible or unqualified. I'll bet an equivalent of Dan Ewan's salary that these people that wrote the ordinances didn't get together and single out power plants while they were writing them. That would be discriminatory. Surely their intention was to protect the people and the property of the borough from a development that would decrease property value, harm the health of the citizens, and degrade the quality of life. The borough ordinance does not discriminate. However, they do disqualify. And I wholeheartedly urge the borough officials to protect the citizens and their property by denying the variance requested by Invenergy.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I just think it's great that this is the day after
Your name,
tax
sir?
day. Oh, sorry, Jeff Smith. I think this,
And Jeff, I'm sorry, your address.
913 Church Street
Thank you.
in Jessup.
Thank you.
I think it's great that this
What's
is
his name?
Jeff Smith.
Jeff Smith,
I think it's great that it's the day after tax day, because we can all see where the money is going to go. I think we do need independent counsel. There's some great questions that Rick had, some great questions that you guys had. I think you need experts here, because that's the only way. There's no way that you can give any recommendation with the questions that came up tonight. I think it's time to take a good, hard look at finding the best experts. Not someone who wrote our zoning, but someone that is completely away from this problem or this great opportunity. So we can have clarification on all of these questions. And I think my tax dollars I love it, use it. Use that money to get experts away from the area and bring them in. Bring them up to speed. We have time. I think there's even a seat that's available on the planning committee that hasn't been filled. You've taken your time to fill that position, but we are running through with this. You're taking your time with the other businessmen that have come before you. It's time to slow down, find the appropriate experts, and get the information that you guys need. When you're in a hard place, take your time. Thanks.
Thank you.